What's good, Big Blue family? Welcome to Big Blue Reborn, where we talk real New York Giants football. No fluff, no corporate takes, just honest breakdowns and real standards. This is Milton. That's my cousin Ethan, lifelong Giants fans. Let's get into it. So, the Big Blue check in. Big Blue check in this week. Dart's development plan. How are we going to get this man to take the next jump this season?
Mhm.
How you feel
Well,
about it, Ethan?
Dart. Me personally, I like some of the things. I like a lot of what he did last year. He had that it factor, and you can't coach that, you know. But some of the things you can coach, which I believe Brian Callahan will do with him and Matt Nagy. First of all, things like switching his stance, working through his progressions on first down and second down, because last year Dart took a lot, most of his sacks were caused because of him, but at the same time, they weren't like detrimental to the game. Like
Yeah.
he would take sacks on first and second down, but then his it factor, being able to create on third down, would get him out of a lot of spots on third and long or third and medium, whatever it would be. So just those aspects in itself, he'll be able to increase upon and be better at, with the reads and just more reps. He didn't even start the whole season.
Yeah.
He relatively did better every game. The only thing that everyone, the media kept harping him on was him taking a bunch of hits, to take a
Mhm.
bunch of hits. Like, can he relax? And I get it. You play a certain style of ball, but you don't need to play hero ball all the time.
Yeah.
Like
Mhm.
you don't need to. It's okay not to get every third down. If the third down is 10 yards and you're rushing and you can get six of them, it's okay, man. Just get the six. And we need you in December. We need you in for the next game, the next play versus just getting
Right.
that one play.
The next
So
play. Yep.
yeah, the next play, man. We punted. We're gonna trust our defense, and we're just gonna keep going from there. With Dart, I hope no the training that Matt Nagy and Brian Callahan are gonna help him with his rhythm and timing, just keeping him on track,
Mhm.
allowing him to keep moving the ball forward, going through those progressions and being just on time.
Yep.
And main thing I would like to see in Dart's progression is his under center. He was never really doing under center in college. Didn't do it too well last year. Um, and he was probably one of the worst in the NFL under center last year.
Yeah.
And with Greg Roman and Brian Callahan, Matt Nagy, all these chefs in the kitchen,
Yeah.
hopefully everyone can give him a good experience to to allow him to just get more comfortable under center so we can really run the ball, play action, go over the top, and change the course of the game.
Yep.
So that's what
Yep.
I think, with the coaches that we have, Dart's progression can be for some of the things that he wasn't too good at to some of the things that he's actually pretty good at. What
No,
do you think,
definitely.
Mick?
I think like you hit the nail on the head, really. Those are really all of the flaws that I saw from Dart is the hero ball,
Mm,
right? Like
right.
there's certain times where he's trying to make plays that aren't there because look, game's on the line. I'm out here balling. I'm trying to win, But
Hmm.
it's you got to be smart to keep the team in a good position so that way if we don't get it this drive, we can get at least into field goal position so that way we can come back the next drive and then take the lead. So I just think
Right.
it's his decision making is going to have to be better. But I
Okay.
believe as far as him making that leap this year, I think Harbaugh definitely put us in a position that we have the coaches in place to make sure that he makes that jump. So you
Right.
got Matt Nagy as the coordinator. I think Nagy, his strengths as far as the coach, he does scripted drives, motion heavy
Okay.
looks, quick timing passes like the RPOs and stuff like that. And then he knows how to define the reads, the different reads. So I think with that being said, that's somebody that's gonna be in Dart's corner that shows him you don't have to force these passes. If he's not here, this is your next read. If he's not here, this is your next read. So that way he's not just going off of, I just need to make a play. This frantic, I just need to make a play. I think
Mhm.
Nagy's going to get him in the right position to where he sees the field better, right? Then we
Okay.
got Callahan on the other hand, another part of like, Voltron.
Callahan on the other hand.
The Voltron that Harbaugh is building as far as like the quarterback coaches that he's has in place.
Mhm.
I think Callahan with his with his experience, Peyton, like I said before, Stafford, Joe Burrow, with his experience, he's gonna get Dart's mechanics right. So him
Right.
being able to have his footing right when he's in that shotgun, when he's in that drop back. When he starts to
Right.
go under center, he knows how to take that ball, move back, and then get the ball out where it needs to be with those quick RPOs and things of
Right.
that nature. So I think with Callahan's experience as far as that's concerned, he has worked with so many different quarterbacks that the versatility that with his knowledge, he's going to be able to fine tune and mold Dart to put him in a position to thrive as well. And then we got Roman. Roman's going to bring
Right.
in the run game so that way we could tie everything together so we're not one dimensional. And then
Right.
we brought in some continuity, right? We kept Tim Kelly. So Tim's
Right.
just gonna be able to look, this is what worked last year. Now you guys can see
Yeah.
what we did last year and let's try to evolve on
Mhm.
that. This is what he liked.
Okay.
This is what worked. Let's build the roster. I'm not the roster, but let's build the offense around what worked last year.
Yeah.
Not again, we're not trying to redo Dayball and Kafka's offense, but we know what Dart can do and what worked. Now let's
Mhm.
build on that.
Okay. See, I like those good points. I like those good points, especially with the run game. Actually getting, we get a healthy Cam Scatterbull, a healthy Tyrone Tracy, and then, hopefully in the draft, maybe in the sixth or seventh round, we get a home run shot, a running back style that, we can have it like Earth, Wind, and Fire like we used to have back in
Yes.
'07,
Yes.
something that can really give us '07, '11, that kind of change up where, it's not always it's the same run game because it's the same offensive lineman, but the
Mhm.
style of runner makes it different, which,
Completely different. You don't know
adds more
what's
to the
happening.
offense.
Mhm.
Exactly. If Cam Scatterbull's in there, he was doing pretty good with receiving and screens and things of that nature. But Tracy was good at that. But Tracy was the home run hitter. But
Yeah.
when you got the speedy guy and now he's really on the outside, those screens become a lot more prevalent. When it was
Yep.
Cam Scatterbull, I don't think I remember Cam Scatterbull having like a 50, 40, well, 30, 40-yard run where it's just like, wow, he really ran away from those guys. It was really more of him imposing his will and making people feel him.
Yeah.
And
Mhm.
Tracy didn't wasn't able to do that as much because he was hurt, but all that ties back into Dart's development, having a good run game, and even Dart running himself, being able to not play as much hero ball, get out of bounds, slide when need to,
Make
and
adjustments at the
just
line.
exactly, and keep that run game going. And you know, I just hope we can get the right uh receivers to help him because I don't know if Wandell's going to be there, but we
That
know
it's our
Malik was
fault.
looking good. I seen some videos of Malik working out. He looked like he's getting back.
Yeah.
And when I seen him moving around, I'm like, yeah, all right, he's in the weight room. He's putting in that time. He's not in the boot no more in the cast. So, that just brings good vibes to the Giants nation.
Yes. Yes, I agree with you. When I saw those pictures when he didn't have the brace anymore, man, I'm hyped. Let me tell you, I'm hyped.
Yeah,
The free
exactly. We got our
agency,
number one back.
I think they have to capitalize on the free agency um
Mhm.
to kind of put us in a good position for the draft. So with that being said, we're gonna slide right into the spotlight.
Okay.
We're putting the trenches in the spotlight today.
Mm,
I will say,
they need to be in the spotlight more often.
yeah, no, definitely. The reason why I made the transition right there, because honestly, it's the line is gonna control if Dart can do anything for us. So
Right.
if we don't capitalize in the free agency and the I'm gonna stick with the free agency right now. If we don't capitalize in the free agency and get linemen that can protect Dart, linemen that can
Mhm.
open up holes for Scat and Tyrone, like we're not doing nothing next year. We're gonna be having
Right.
some difficult conversations next year this time.
I
So
know, right?
it's the line has to be bolstered. That has to be the first thing that
Right.
we take care of because it controls everything. Like we have
Yeah.
Andrew Thomas. That's the one staple that we can say,
Right.
I know what he's gonna do,
Mhm.
right? The rest of the line,
It's
Illuminor,
up in the
we
air.
have to re-sign him. We have to.
Yeah.
Like I'm not trying to take a chance on another tackle that we don't know what they're gonna give us. And I
Mhm.
think as far as the price tags on other tackles, I think Illuminor is in our price tag price range.
Right. Yeah, he's gonna want
We
more
need to
money,
keep
obviously,
somebody
because
that
he's been playing good.
already knows what's going on. What do you think?
Yeah. I I mean, Illuminor, we just gotta pay him. I mean, you can't let that kind of talent go. We let a lot of talent go, and he also was I believe he was drafted by the Ravens, so John Harbaugh is probably going to want him around as well. So that's like a plus right there. And he's been playing so well. He has that versatility. Went to left tackle for us. Can play guard, even though he played really well all season because he stayed at one position. And if we pay him as a right tackle, he'll come back and play that position as pretty well, I believe. So I just hope that the Giants are able to scout the right players in free agency because there's probably some offensive linemen that aren't going to get the highest dollar that are really good pieces that could, whether it be just on scout team or someone gets hurt, because it's a not for long league. Everybody gets hurt in this game, 100%
Yeah, no doubt.
injury guarantee. So we just need somebody who can step in, like even because Andrew Thomas, he had that Liz Frank injury, and the offense is completely different without him. So we need solid backups that can come in and push the starters for their spots. Like
Yeah,
especially on the line, because if our line is Andrew Thomas, insert name there at the left guard, you know, it could be John Runyon. It could be somebody else. John Runyon played well, but he isn't the greatest run blocker. JMS, he played well, but he isn't the greatest run blocker. It's Stinney and what's the other guy's name? The right
uh,
guard.
uh, run
I
GVR,
got it right here. I'm
Van
sorry, say that
Roten,
again.
Van Roten,
Yeah, JMS. I mean John
GVR.
Van Roten. Yeah,
Yeah,
he's getting older. He's in the New York area. I know that he wants to stay here because it's like, he's from here. He wants to raise his kids here. And he's been playing well, but I definitely want to upgrade at that spot. I would love to keep him along, but at the same time, it's like if we can get younger at that spot a little bit better, um, even even if it's not necessarily younger, like if we were to able to get Wyatt Teller, you know,
um,
as a guard and him come in, I think they're pretty much around the same age, 32, 34-ish age. If we're able to get those kind of Wyatt Tellers, just to upgrade, even
yeah.
just it's just an upgrade. So we can do that and then have a Luminor there and the backup, Marcus Membo. I'm probably butchering his name,
Yeah, I don't know how to say
but
it either. Embo is what I say. Yeah,
yeah, Marcus Embo. But like people like Josh Zudu, James Hudson, they gotta go. We can't
yeah. Let
we
him
can't
go.
have people in there. Zudu is essentially how Daniel Jones got that second neck injury in that Miami's game. He just can't block that well, and I mean that's long story short, that was a coaching problem because they put him at left tackle when he was a guard. He came in as a guard, but get James Hudson out of there. We need to save some money anyway. And then the biggest question is Evan Neal. Like, is Evan Neal actually going to play some good ball this year? Reports were saying that he was injured. He never really
Injured
put
from
on
what?
good.
Fuck is he doing? How
Bro,
does
I
he
seen
get
him on a
hurt?
bike. It was his foot. He always had some type of injury.
Dog,
And,
you're
when you're
man,
that
outta
big,
here.
injuries happen. So I don't know. Maybe my man need to do yoga, get a little bit more limber. I don't
Dog,
know. He need to drink some I don't know, some matcha. I don't know, whatever he need to do. He need to get
you
right.
need some milk.
Cause I mean, being that drafted that high up, and you know what? Screw the draft anymore. Like your draft position doesn't matter at this point. It's the tape that you put on film. Like
Yeah,
if he's just able to play, he's still very young, and that age, that size, if he could come in and actually start playing good ball, like if that would be the perfect thing for us, not having to get a whole new guard and look for Wyatt Teller if Evan Neal steps up. You know,
they
because
tried,
then,
man.
then we have a solid core there. So
They tried,
it's just
bro, they tried, they tried. They've been
it's
trying
it's
with
just
Evan
rough
Neal,
because
and he just hasn't produced. He hasn't produced
yeah.
anything. Like, they have tried to give
Mhm.
him opportunities and chances, but he has not produced enough for him to be on the field, and it's not in a position that we can trust what he's gonna do. Like, the few
Right.
times that I've seen him out there, bro, you're looking at the highlights later on, you're like, "Yo, what was he doing?"
Bro, I was watching him. I'm not
Yeah,
even
I'm
watching
not
Dart. I'm watching him. I'm like, "Yo,
I'm
man,
not a
this man,
lineman, I ain't played
this
a
is a
line, but, like,
another assignment."
what are you on, bro?
So,
'Cause so it's
yeah,
he's
man,
gotta
it's
go,
just
bro.
like
I'm not even sitting here trying to sugarcoat it, bro. Like, unfortunately, that was a
mhm.
bust. See, these
Yeah.
conversations is when Joe Shane starts looking a little shaky. You're like, damn, who the fuck
Oh,
who thought
okay,
this
I
was
hear what you're
good?
saying.
Nah, but
Mhm.
these were the decisions, because it's Kayvon and him, and that's the top trade candidate, and then another person that
Mhm.
can't play. So those two picks are why people question Shane's, decision making. So as far as I'm
Right,
concerned, hey, Evan Neal gotta go. Kayvon's a good depth player, but I think we should definitely look into this free agency and pick up some of these guards. Like you said, Wyatt Teller is a great depth piece. Even if
mhm,
we got GVR back,
mhm.
I'd still say get Wyatt Teller and keep GVR as
Yeah,
depth. You know what I mean? Because
yeah.
he can still, like,
Mhm.
if something goes down, we have somebody that we know is coming off of the bench that can do what they want. Our issue is that when we saw
Right,
Lyman
exactly.
go down, you were like, "Damn, the season's over." Andrew Thomas
Yeah.
gets hurt, you're like, "Damn." So we're looking at the draft. Like,
Mhm.
that's what it was. So I think
Right.
right now, the free agency, if we can bolster this line before we ever get to the position that we have to concern ourselves with, damn, we're already on the second batch of linemen. If you
Mhm.
know all of your linemen can produce, we don't have to stress about it. So the main
Right.
thing, like, fill up this free agency with these linemen and then use the draft to get all the weapons.
Right. So
Get
let me
y'all
ask
some
you real
weapons.
quick.
Yeah.
On on the defensive line, would you want Christian Wilkinson? Because he didn't play last year. I think he had an injury, but a whole year off, allowing you to heal up, work out, experience life and really get that urge to want to play football. And he played, I think he's Dexter Lawrence's best friend. They
They
talk all
played
the
in
time.
Clemson.
I've heard reports of that. So it's just like somebody like that, would you want them to come in? I just know that he had like something weird going on when he was with the Raiders,
Hey, bro.
some Diddy stuff.
Hey,
So I
yeah,
don't know.
yeah.
Like,
They call him
I
Freaky.
don't
They call
know.
him Freaky, bro, because he was doing some suspect stuff, bro. I saw it. Like, he over here grabbing balls and tapping butts and shit. So it's like, look,
Oh,
if
dang,
those
he was
if those because like they was like bro, he tried to kiss somebody in the locker room, and they almost like went off on him, and then they cut his ass after that. There was a whole situation because I wanted to pick him up when they cut him, and then when I read into all of that, I was like, I
right.
don't know if I want that in the locker room. So that was
Right,
my
yeah,
whole
yeah,
thing, is
yeah.
like, if he's gonna come and ball like they did in Clemson, and he cuts all that,
Mhm,
the extracurriculars and all that extra shit that he was doing on the
mhm,
field, if he wants to play football and he comes and
yeah,
he plays like they did at Clemson, by all means, sign his ass yesterday. But
right,
if it's
right,
gonna be like a liability to where he comes and he's a problem in the locker room and he's fucking with people,
mhm,
and like people are rubbed the wrong way and they don't like it, and now it's like
mhm,
creating drama because that'll drive a wedge. We already
mhm,
teetering with Dexter. I don't want us
right.
to bring his friend over and then we're like, yo, his friend he's creating issues, and now it's like that drives a wedge into our relationship with Dexter too. So
No, I think that will help Dex in a weird way because now we got his boy here.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, all
He
right,
won't
my
ever
boy's
trying to
here. he keeps him in check. Like, bro, we're not going out tonight. We really trying to get it. We got a new coach. We trying to win over here.
Yeah, yeah.
It's been a lot of losing, and I'm trying to get to the point where I'm a consistent playoff contender,
Yeah.
and arguably trying to start fighting for chips
If he
or
can get his
a chip.
if they can get his mental right, I'm all for it. 'Cause
Right.
I said
Okay.
that before, bro, that I need them to get Dexter some help. I
Yeah.
will say this until we draft and we're talking about OTAs, the trenches
Yeah.
need assistance. We need offensive
Yeah.
linemen,
Because
and Dexter needs help. Do not have
yeah.
Dexter out here going through these interviews talking about, "Why did you lose today?" Like, I don't wanna see another interview like that because 'cause I'm telling you, Dexter
Right.
gonna snap
Yeah,
on somebody,
man.
bro. I'm like,
Exactly.
"Yo, stop asking that man the same question every week, bro. He's gonna lose it."
Right. Like, bro, if y'all don't back up,
Yeah,
like,
yeah. So I'm
so
all for signing Wilkinson if like I said, if he can get his mind right,
his
I'm
mental check.
down.
Yeah, as long as he's healthy, he can pass all physicals. I just think Dexter is a consummate professional, and him being there with his buddy, if he's able to get somebody there that can step in, and he doesn't have to sit. I would love to have the same production as Dex, but 70 to 80% of the production that Dex has, a natural gifted run stuffer, then boom, that defense will really make the world of difference. But
Mhm.
if we get him, I wouldn't be opposed to trading Kayvon because I'm looking towards the future, and we already paying Brian Burns. We got Abdul Carter. I know you said depth, but Kayvon, you know, uh, most people say keep a strength of strength, and I get that. But in this case, Kayvon could really help with not necessarily keeping the cap healthy because we would have to pay him, and then keeping him healthy, and then we can get enough resources back from him. Like we can trade for player, so we necessarily still get depth
Mhm.
and a pick. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So a compensation pick because
I get
Kayvon was drafted so high.
with us having, that other lineman and kinda filling a hole, I can see
Hmm.
us shopping him then. I just still in
Yeah.
my mind, I don't think Kayvon's, like, that expensive right now. So I think,
Mm,
like, it's the best thing to do is put him on a prove it year right now. So,
okay.
put your show us you wanna be here. Show us you trying to thrive, or if you're trying to get the bag, show us that. Because then if you know you ain't gonna be here next season anyway, then put your tape out there so that way at least when you
Right.
go into free
Yeah,
agent,
you might as well get that good
you
film.
know what I'm saying? So
Yeah,
either
get that good
way,
film. So when you go into free
if you put
agency,
up a good year, you either get re-signed with us and you see the direction we're going, or boom, you can get a good contract somewhere else. I just think right now,
right.
I don't think it's much of a cap hit for us to keep him. So,
Hmm.
keep the strength, you know what I'm saying? But
Right.
if we can turn it into if we could turn it into something that's gonna be lucrative, by all means.
Yeah.
Because if we didn't have
Right.
Abdul Carter, I wouldn't be saying none of this right now. We're keeping Kayvon,
I
but
know, right? You know what's gonna happen?
because of the back half of
If
the
we don't pick him up, if he let's say he gets traded, he's going to get traded to Seattle, and Seattle's going to go on another run. That's what's going to
he's gonna
happen.
ball out.
Ball out.
Uh-huh. It's gonna be another
Kayvon
one in the
Thibodeau in his
season.
first game, 5 sacks in his
Yep,
game. Oh my gosh, he's
yep.
never done that before.
And there we
Like,
go.
bro,
Talent. They go to the Super Bowl again. Like, we got another one.
I know, right? Oh man,
Look.
just our luck.
Let's keep it moving. So big blue roll call. Big blue roll call. This week, I have a question for you guys, and I'm gonna ask you, what do you think is the most important move we should make in the free agency? Should it be line? Should it be the defensive tackle? Corners? How should we run this free agency? That's the main
What
thing.
you
I want
think?
to know. Let us know in the comments going forward of what you think we should do.
What do you think we should do, Mick?
Man, you already know where I'm at. The trenches.
Trenches, trenches.
The trenches.
Okay. I I did I would love for us to go trenches, but if the price point is too high for us, I would love for us to get a veteran corner, somebody that comes in, can run with Denard's Wilson's scheme. He's known for his coaching them up. Somebody that he's probably worked with before, Marlon Humphrey, or is it Marlon Humphrey?
Yeah.
Maybe no, I'm thinking from the Ravens. Someone, maybe a corner like that, somebody who could come in, who could run his scheme and help the other corners come along like Deonte Banks. Now,
Yeah.
I don't want to give up on Deonte Banks. I just felt like it's always been effort. And when the losing wears on you, and these Gen Z kids don't want to be here, and AI can do this, so it's just like, man, if
No,
he can come and get a veteran and a young fella, because I mean, who was our older corners that really he could look up to?
no, we don't.
Like,
There's nobody, and we've never had anybody.
exactly. I mean, that's a good and bad thing because now we
Yeah.
don't have nobody can come in. Javon Holland just got here last
Yeah.
year, and he didn't.
He wasn't really a mentor. He was kind of just doing his own thing.
Yeah, exactly. The man's not that old himself. My
Yeah.
man's still going to the club probably himself. We need the vet that's going home to his wife and kids, and he need to bring that ring home.
I
You
want
know what I'm
I
saying?
want somebody with the attitude like a Jalen Ramsey back there. We need somebody that's bringing that
Mm,
attitude. Like, we don't have the
okay.
attitude in the secondary. There's nobody that you're
Right.
scared of when
Yeah.
you go against the Giants. As far as, like,
I remember when we
your
had Jack
receivers are
Rabbit
lining up,
or
like, who are you concerned with? What receiver don't you want lined up on that side? It's open season for all teams going against us because they don't care. Nobody's a
right.
threat.
Yep.
We need a threat.
Right.
We need somebody
Yeah, we
that
need
they're
that.
like, "Alright, cool. That means we can't throw to this side today." Or if he's
Right.
following our number 1, then we need to make sure that we're using our other receivers. We don't have that threat. When it comes
Hmm.
to the passing game for other teams, they're like, "Alright, open season, let's get it."
Yeah.
So and
It's
if
unfortunate.
our pass rush is not getting there all the time,
Mhm.
then what? Like, bro, they're taking the top off. So we gotta get somebody with some attitude. That's why I kept saying, like, at 5, I wanted Downs. I think
Right.
he
He's
brings
probably not
that
gonna be there.
attitude, bro. I was just thinking that.
I can see the Jets going to go get him. I
That was
think
the
they're
mock
what?
draft.
They're
I
like,
just was looking at that mock draft a few
I
minutes
think the
ago,
Jets are gonna
son.
go get him.
They
They're
said they're
like,
taking him at
man,
2, bro. So I'm like,
yeah, because this is
he may
like
not make
you
it.
just got to keep adding good players.
Yeah,
Keep adding good players to your team, and yeah, if Mendoza's gonna go one. Even though the Jets need a QB, it's just like, bruh, don't fret because I mean,
they're not gonna force that QB
Shug
pick.
was the second round quarterback, if I'm not mistaken,
Yeah, he
right?
was.
It was only Dart and Cam Ward that were first
Yep.
rounders, and
Yep.
Shug started playing better towards the end of the year. And look, there I go saying that stuff. I hate when people say start playing towards the end of the year. Everybody's ready to go to Cabo, but if you're able to still just play better and just keep getting better,
Know that you're growing.
like court with the right coaching, a quarterback could do well. Like the Jets, they had Sam Darnold
Yeah.
and now he's just a Super Bowl champion.
Yeah, they salty.
It's just really, the coaching around you and enough time to being able to grow. I mean, quarterbacks don't get to sit anymore.
Mhm.
Now if the Jets draft a quarterback in the second or third round, then, maybe they can do something, but that's neither here or there. It's
Nah,
just
yeah.
something I was thinking.
No, I'm with you. I'm with you. So we're gonna wrap
So,
it up. Bring us to the standard. Big blue
mm,
standard. So this week, my question for you, is this a developmental year
mm,
or is this a statement year?
mm.
Your thoughts. What do you think we're doing this season?
Man, this has to be a statement year because this got to be a statement year. We got the new
Yeah.
coach probably one of the best in the NFC. We got last year we were looking at our defense as a top 10 defense. Even if we're in the top 14 to 8 range, you know, we're forced to be reckoned with. Give Dart more chances with the ball. It, a second year leap, that rookie of the year snub probably stinging him. I seen the interviews when he was with Cam Scatterbo. He was
Oh
like,
yeah.
"Oh yeah, it was probably because I wasn't sliding." Like, they was
All I
talking about your game, my guy.
all I
So
could
you
think
got to
of
really
was
go out there. Hmm.
Jordan in The Last Dance when
Oh,
he kept saying
really?
I took it personally. Like, I could see
Oh,
that in his
yeah.
face. I could see it in his face. He was
Yo,
upset.
he definitely took it personally.
Yeah.
Cause I mean, eh, if you watch ball, we're all looking at it like, yeah, the receiver that Tet McMillan, he played well. Don't I'm
Yeah.
not taking anything from him. But
Mhm.
like for what Dart did and the way he changed how New York media and fans and culture just watched football every time. As a fan, we watched those games when Dart would have the ball on third down and say, I think he's gonna get it.
Mhm.
Versus like, man,
We haven't seen that in years.
how is this quarterback about to mess it up?
Mhm.
How is this person gonna drop the ball?
Mhm.
But Dart was like, all right, if he throws it, he's gonna make some magic in the backfield and boom, now we got Wandell going up to see, oh, now we got Theo, and even with Darius Slayton with all his drops, like, you know, Dart was giving them all chances to make plays on the ball. So
Mhm.
it has
Mhm.
to be a statement year because I don't want it to be anything else but that. What
You
you
about
think,
to
man?
be mad. You about to be mad at me. Um, Imma be completely honest with you, man. I think it's a developmental year. Hey, hey.
Oh,
Whoa, whoa. Hey, whoa.
explain yourself,
Relax,
my guy,
relax.
please.
Look. I'll put it to you like this.
Hmm.
They already said that we only gonna win 7.5 games. Now, I said it's a developmental year. I still think we're gonna win more than that.
Mm.
But the reason I say it's a developmental year is because everybody is dealing with new coaches, new regime.
Oh, okay.
The whole thing is changing. We didn't just fire Dayball and bring a few people up, and now it's still the same people in the building. I'm talking about down to the gym has been renovated. The building is
Yeah, you're
completely
right.
different. So you
Hmm.
got to understand that, like, there's gonna be some getting used to. There's gonna be some
Yeah.
unlearning and relearning. The only people that it'll be fresh for are the rookies that we draft this year because they're coming in and learning it new, but this is the first time they've experienced the NFL. As far as our team that's
Okay.
already there, the people we bring back, they have to
Yeah.
unlearn everything they learned last season or
Right.
build on top of it. But as far as I'm concerned, like when you have to learn a completely new offense and a completely new defense, like we got new coaches all over
Mhm.
the place. I think everything's
Yep.
going to change. Now, with that being said, in John Harbaugh, we trust. I believe that he put great coaches in position that
Okay.
the transition is not going to take long. Harbaugh didn't come over here to
Mm.
to go in no 7-win season. So I know for a fact that he's gonna win more games. So even though I'm saying it's a developmental year, don't let that discredit the fact that we're gonna win more games. I think we're gonna have a great season, but it's still gonna be a developmental because they gotta learn the nuances of the new coaches and where they need to be, how they
Mhm.
can find the open spaces in the plays and things of that nature, learning the new playbook. So I just think that right now we're in a good spot.
Yeah. You know what? All I can say, I get what you're saying, but they better learn quick. They better learn quick because I want to be cheering for my team victories, man. I
Uh,
want to be, you know, I don't want close games. I want blowouts from the beginning to the end. That means we was putting belt to ass all game
Whole
and
game.
we're just the better team. That's what I want to see. Shoot, all these tough games, one score games. Nah, man.
Yeah.
Developmental, nah. Nah, man. We need a statement here. We need to let these motherfuckers know we here to play football, all four quarters. We're gonna run the ball, we're gonna run it down your throat, we're gonna play action, we're gonna get under center, we're gonna do all these things that are gonna make people not want to play us.
Nah, I feel you. Hey, I still
Man.
think that we can get all those things done even in a
Oh,
developmental year,
okay,
man.
okay. Thought you about to say. I was about to say.
But hey, we're gonna close it up here. That is the standard. If you're rocking with us, if you're rocking with the conversation, please like, comment, subscribe, follow us at Big Blue Reborn everywhere. New
Yes,
era
sir.
in New York. This is the standard.
Yes, sir.
From the city where pressure makes legends. This is Big Blue Reborn. Big Blue checking, we start with the facts. Spotlight on the moment, who really got next? Roll call for the city where the real ones at. The standard at the end, no excuses, no cap. Big Blue Reborn. This is the standard. This is Big Blue Reborn.